Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are having a good day so far. I hope you had a good break. I'm going to go over, these are your notes from, it was section 5.2, polynomial functions. It was assignment number 14 in Teams. You should have finished it. You should have the paper from right before we went on break. Caray, this isn't coming really. Assignment number 14. Okay, if you don't have the notes, I want you to make sure you get all these words here. So here's some definitions to start off with. A polynomial is a number of product of numbers, variables, and expressions. Polynomial, like 2x squared plus 5x minus 3. It's an example. The other definitions you need are, this should be a polynomial with one term is called a monomial. Binomial for two terms, like that. This one would be like x squared. And then a trinomial, what do you think that is? Well, it's got three terms, like what we just saw above. Whew. Look at these definitions for the degree of term and then the degree of a polynomial. Okay, the degree of the polynomial is the highest degree of term of the terms. And I'll show you what that means in English here, what it actually looks like on this example. Okay, make sure you write these definitions in your notes. So identify the polynomial and give the degree of polynomial. Well, first we have to recognize that there's three terms. So this is a term, this is a term, and then this little 6 right here is a term. So here we have a trinomial. The other thing we need to understand is when there's no exponent, we assume there's a 1 there, okay, for variable. If it's a number or a coefficient, we can always assume that it's the variable raised to the 0 power, which is just 1. This kind of cancels out, it kind of goes away. What we need to do is find the highest degree term of the term. So the highest degree is, well, what's the biggest exponent, in other words? So that's a 2. This one is a 1, and this one is a 0. See that little exponent 0? That's a 1, and that's a 2. So that means for this one, it's a degree 2 polynomial. Okay. Let's take a look at a few more examples. I'm going to go quickly. You can pause the video if you didn't have time to write. Okay. Now this, how many terms? 1, 2, 3. What we need to do is add the exponents for each term. So for example, this is a 4, and we said we're going to assume there's a 1 if there's no exponent there. So 4 plus 1 is a degree 5. 2 plus 2 is 4, and 2 plus 4 is 6. So these are the degree, okay? Remember, it's not the number in the front. It's not that. It's the number of the exponent plus any other variables. So that's why this one is 4 plus 1 equals 5. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 4 plus 2 equals 6. Okay, so then in this case, our degree of the polynomial, I gotta spell it out, sorry, is 6. Okay, let's see, what else do we got? Let's not worry about this. If you didn't get these notes, no problemo. We don't need that. Number 3 objective. Simplify a polynomial by combining like terms. So we're just adding things that look alike. That means add. Oh God, I'm very bad at writing today. Add things that look alike. Okay. And the other thing is we need to make sure that the variables match up. So x squared and x squared, those are alike. So we can add the 14 and the 9 to get 23, and we got to keep that x squared. Okay. Remember, simplifying is just combining like terms, addition or subtraction. Take a look at number 5. Which ones are the same? 15x squared, negative 3x squared, and this one's kind of different on its own, so I'm putting square. 15 minus 3 is 12x squared, and then there's nothing else to combine with the y, so I'm going to simplify it to that. Okay, if you get stuck or I'm going too fast in this video, pause it, ask your buddies or your shoulder partners, or ask me for help. I might not be in class today, but you can ask Mr. Taylor or Coach Taylor, whoever's covering the class. Or ask me when I get back. Ooh, what's next? This one's the same. Combine like terms. I'm going to underline the ones that look alike, and then I'm going to put a square on the other ones that look alike. So that's 0.1 minus 1.2, which is negative 1.1. Don't forget the y squared. And then 6.7 minus 1.9. That equals, I got to do a little bit of math. 5, 7 is 6. No, that's 8. And 4, negative. Don't forget the y squared. These don't have a variable, so it's just a number. Oh, let's look at the last objective. Add and subtract polynomials. This is literally the same as combining like terms. You're adding all the things that look alike, and you can't add them if they don't look alike, but you may have to distribute and do a little bit of work first, okay? Positive and negative is a negative. Positive and a positive is a positive. Positive and positive is positive, okay? Bring this first one down. Now what looks the same? I got a 7x. I got a negative 7x, positive 7x, so that means, wait, positive and positive, so that's going to cancel each other out, 0. And then I've got this negative 3x squared, I can't combine with anything, and then 5 plus 5, so I'm going to cross it out, I'm done with it. Then 5 and 5 is 10. Okay, and that's it, super simple. Let's look at number 8. Ooh, this one's the same, it's just lined up and down, which makes it easier for us. 4 minus 8 is negative 4. 3 plus 5 is 8. And don't forget the t squared. Okay. Let's look here. Now subtracting, same thing, but you're going to distribute this negative. So that becomes negative 3x squared. Negative and a negative 9 is a positive 9. Then 2x squared. I'm just going to bring this down, and I'm going to add the things that look alike. So 2x squared, negative 3x squared is negative x squared. Cross those out. 5 and 9 is 14. And I'm done. Okay. I want you to do the same. I want you guys to solve. You solve number 10. But you're going to do the same thing. You got to distribute this negative to every term. So it's negative 3x cubed. Negative and a negative is a positive. 2x squared. Negative and a negative is a positive x squared. Negative and a negative is a positive 4. Okay, cross this out so we don't get confused. So now what we're going to add is 5x squared minus 5x cubed minus 3x cubed is. Okay, you guys fill in the rest of the blanks. And do the same. Subtract 19x squared from, so when you're subtracting this from this, we got to write this first. Minus 5. And you guys finish the work on that and solve it on your own. Okay, if y'all have questions, let me know. Sorry.